Hello, friends. Welcome to HR Garden. Friends, today I'm going to talk about one of the most beautiful flowering plant of winter called Poinsettia. It has a bright petal, as you can see out here, that contain small flowers of green and yellow at the center. So poinsettia come in the range of different color from white to orange, but the most popular and the common variety is red. Today I am going to show you the red variety of poinsettia, and I am going to talk about how to grow and care poinsettia. Poinsettia grows best during the winter time, and its flower lasts for quite a long time. Talking about its sunlight requirement, it is best to place the poinsettia plant where it receives half day of sunlight, usually the morning sunlight, and shade during the afternoon. If you are keeping this plant indoor, east facing window will be best so that it gets proper morning sunlight. Water requirement: water the poinsettia plant when the top few inches of soil is dry and whenever you see the leaves are wilting. Make sure that your pot is well draining and your soil does not sit wet for long time. And we need to make sure that the excess water drains out of the pot every time we water our poinsettia plant. Soil: use well draining fertile soil. I've used one part of sand, one part of compost, one part of garden soil, and some amount of perlite to grow my poinsettia plant. Fertilizer: to get more flowers and to maintain the plant, you need to use the fertilizer. I use bone meal and a mustard cake fertilizer 4 to 5 times in a year, and twice in a year during the month of February and November. I give a handful of compost to my poinsettia plant. Propagation: poinsettia plant can be propagated from cutting. It is usually best to take the cutting during the summer to get the best result. Once it blooms are over, you can remove the flowers and it slowly starts shedding all the leaves, and once you see it's all the leaves are shedded, you can do the hard pruning so that in next season it will produce more branches and you get more flower. During the winter time, we don't need to water this plant much. You can water once in a 20 to 25 days depending on the climatic condition of your place. You can repot this plant once in a year. Use always 2 inches bigger pot than the previous one. Make sure that pot contain lot of drainage hole so that there is no water loggage in your pot. Now friends, when you grow a poinsettia plant in a garden, you don't need to give so much of care to this plant. Now I'm going to show you the poinsettia plant which I have grown in my garden from more than 5 years. As you can see, this plant which is older than 5 years is so huge. I don't fertilize this plant. I never water this plant. Just once in a year after its blooms are over and its leaves are shaded, I do hard pruning. So in spite of this, every year at this time it blooms heavily and it has grown so big. Now last year I have taken cutting during the summer This is the result of cutting of the same plant which was growing in garden, and now I've grown this plant in a pot. As you can see, it is blooming so nicely, but since it is in a pot, I have to give little bit more care to this plant. With this little bit of care, you can see how beautiful look this plant is giving to my garden, and it has added a beautiful color in my garden. So friends, this is it for today. Take care of yourself, keep gardening, like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching HR Garden.